saying, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the great men, the apostles, and elders who rule well, who taught me this truth, in the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And salutations to the hopeful elect on the four corners that's striving every day to get the hell up out of this place and keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability. I want to do a lesson today on Revelation, the 18th chapter. Let me get into a couple of scriptures, so I might be here for a while. But I'm going to start off with 18:1, Revelation 18:1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right, so, us in this knowing know that Babylon the Great is America, the daughter of Rome. Alright, because we already know that the first Babylon has already passed. That place has already been destroyed. So it said Babylon the Great because America is an even greater empire than the first Babylon. Alright, and it's more wicked than the first Babylon too. And the book of Revelation means to reveal. And this is talking about the end days, and that's what we're living in now. So the scripture couldn't be talking about the first Babylon. So it's talking about America, US of A. Alright, and it says it's fallen, it's fallen. You all know America hasn't fallen yet, but it's slowly but surely doing it. This money system, its infrastructure. America is circling the drain, as the Apostle Gabar would say. It's circling the drain. It's that great piece of shit that is getting ready to flush. It's just circling the drain and leaving the skid marks all over the place. All right. So I'm gonna get a precept. This is gonna be the book of Jeremiah, 51, and I'll start at 60th verse. So Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon Babylon. All right, and this is Jeremiah because the Babylonian kingdom has already passed by. It's already been ended. So this is Jeremiah having a vision about a future prophecy in his time, a future prophecy that he had in his time about what's going on today. All right. So Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon Babylon, even all these words that are written against Babylon. And Jeremiah said to Sariah, when thou comest to Babylon and shalt see, thou shalt read all these words. Right. So Jeremiah, he's back in these times. He came back, as in reincarnation, and so did Sariah. And Sariah and Jeremiah are the elect today, out here prophesying. They out in these highways and byways prophesying these words that Jeremiah received in the vision back in this time right now. Then shalt thou say, O Lord, thou hast spoken against this place, to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but that it shall be desolate forever. And it shall be, when thou hast made an end of reading this book, that thou shalt bind a stone to it, and cast it into the midst of Euphrates. And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her, and they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. Right. So like how he wrote that prophecy, and he tied a stone to it and threw it in the river Euphrates. So shall America be destroyed, and it shall never rise back up again. Because Rome. This is baby Rome, and Rome, like the scripture says, was wounded unto death. But then, Rome came back to full strength as Great Babylon, a.k.a. America today. This is baby Rome, man. Because you look at the way America is run, it's the same way Rome was ran. You know what I'm saying? It's still, this is just another kingdom of Esau. Esau been ruling since the Greeks. He had the Greek kingdom, he had the Roman Empire, and now he's got America alongside with fake Khazars in Israel. All right? So this is how the words of Jeremiah got thrown in the Euphrates River as an example to how Babylon was going to go down. America was going to go down and never rise again. All right, so now I'm going to go to Jeremiah 50, And I start at the 37th verse. "39th verse, Salakia. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. As Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there." Right. So when Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai comes back with his holy angels, and that World War III pop off, that the ICBM missiles and also along with the fires from the chariot are going to destroy this place. And after the destruction of this place, no man shall ever dwell here. It says it's going to be the habitation of foul beasts. Wild beasts, wild beasts is going to dwell here. It says no son of man shall dwell in America, right? Because you know what? The Lord is going to leave this place as a memorial for us and to the other nations. First and foremost, us, the so-called, not so-called, but the children of Israel, you so-called Black Latino Native Americans, to see that the wickedness that we did there. You know, the 1/2 thirds you're going to come back in the kingdom, and you know we're going to fly over this place, and this place is going to be looked at as a memorial, a remembrance of this is the land where we went off at. This is also the land where the Lord he saved his elect about it, 144,000 and 1/3. This is also the land where 2/3 of our people got destroyed in. So the Lord's going to leave it there as a memorial forever, man. And all the other nations are going to look and see, like, they're going to know from looking at that place, like, wow, the Lord is great. The Lord of Israel is great. And he only deals with the nation of Israel. All right? And that's why the Lord's going to leave it there. And no man's ever going to dwell in that land. Because this place right here is too polluted. It's filled with the bloods of the saints, who are the so-called Black Latino Native Americans, who are the Israelites. So the Lord is not going to let no man ever dwell in this land again. Before the so-called white man came to this land, this place was once beautiful. But you know, they came over here and they destroyed this place. The air is destroyed, the land is destroyed, the water is destroyed. So the Lord, the only way you can purify anything is by fire. And that's why the Lord is going to leave this place to burn forever and forever. And even then, this place is still going to be defiled because it's too much blood on this land. This land has too much blood of the saints on this land. So the Lord's going to leave it there as a memorial for us, so we can know like the Lord is great and powerful. He delivered us out of this place, and he destroyed this place like he said he would. His word does not come back void. All right, so I'm going to go down and jump back to Jeremiah, the 31st chapter. And I'm going to read the 37th verse. It's Jeremiah 31 and 37. Jeremiah 51 and 37. "And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, an astonishment, and a hissing without a habitation." Right? It says it's going to be an astonishment because everybody's going to be so amazed and astonished how this place got destroyed in 1 hour. How this place took over 400 years to build, but the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, destroyed this place in 1 hour for his saints, for his elect, first and foremost. Because you know what, he sees us in this condition that we in here, where he put us here for our rebuke, man. He put us here because we went off from him. We didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So the Lord put us here to chastise us, not for us to be destroyed. Because if it's up to the so-called white man, who is the biblical Edomites, he would have had us. The Edomites would have destroyed us over here, and they try to do this every day by poisoning our foods, leaving us in the hood, poisoning our water, poisoning our air, killing us on the streets, man, coming up with unrighteous decrees and throwing us in their jail systems, putting out these putting out on in the mainstream media and television and our music to turn our men homosexuals and effeminates, man. Abortion clinics, man, STDs, all types of ways Esau is trying to get rid of the so-called Black Latino Native Americans, man. You see what's going over there in North Dakota, man. They about to they about to go out and kill the Native Americans over there who's trying to protect their land from letting them run gas pipes through their land, man. And they actually run those gas pipes through their land, they're gonna poison the water system of those Native Americans over there, man. You see how evil and wicked Esau is, the so-called white man is? He's not doing that in his suburbs, man. He's only doing it in the nation of Israel's place where they live at. They wouldn't dare do that in their own land because you know what? Even though he is wicked, he really don't care about his own people. But at the end of the day, they wouldn't put that kind of pipeline through the suburban neighborhoods of rich places of America, you know? All right, so then I'm gonna jump back to Revelations. Revelation 18. This is verse 3. For all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath for fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right. All the nations have drunk off the wrath. All the nations dwell with the so-called white man, man. Whatever Esau agenda is, most of these nations are with it, man. And even, you got two powerhouses, America alongside of Israel, and you got Russia. And if you're not allies with America, you're allies with Russia, and vice versa. So if you're not fucking with Russia, you're not fucking with America, you're fucking with Russia. So either way, the Edomites, both powerhouses are the Edomites, the biblical Edomites. And all the nations of the earth either fuck with America and Israel, or they fuck with Russia. All right. And it's all part of the elites game anyway. So at the end of the day, you're still fucking with Esau, because the elites are the top people in this world right now, and he has the whole world drinking the wine of his fornication. What is the example? It would be to keeping the so-called Black, Latino, and Americans under them, man, because they know that as long as we're at the bottom, these other nations can rule. And the other nations that dwell with Esau, they know, like, well, hey, we'd rather go alongside Esau than have the so-called Black, Latino, and Americans ruling this earth. But it's going to flip, because when the true biblical Israelites get the kingdom, the other nations are going to rejoice, because it says when the righteous rule, the earth rejoices. But right now you see that the wicked is rulership, and the whole earth is mourning, because all these nations, you got poverty everywhere, you got the money system all jacked up, people out here depressed and don't even know how they're going to make it day by day. But when the righteous in rulership, us Israelites, you so-called Black, Latino, Americans, we ain't going to have nothing like, we ain't got to worry about nothing. You have to worry about nothing like that, man. The Edomites is going to be the one who don't know how going to make it day by day, because, it's going to be a great slaughter of y'all, man. The same thing y'all did to us, we're going to do to y'all double, man. All right, and we're gonna put these other nations in captivity, and they're gonna rule underneath us, man. They're gonna serve underneath us, Shalakia. They're gonna serve underneath us, and they're gonna be happy to do it, man, because they're gonna see how the earth is gonna blossom. They're gonna see that, like, even though the so-called Black, Latino, and American men and women ruling over them, they still gonna live all right, man. After they serve their 1,000 years of slavery, they're gonna get their lands back, and they're gonna be happy, man. They're gonna still pay tribute to the nation of Israel, but they're gonna be happy, man. They ain't gonna worry about living in stress and poverty, man. They're not gonna live as good as us Israelites are gonna live, but they still gonna be good though. Their lands is gonna be good. They're gonna be able to rule their households the way they want to under the law, statute, and commandments, man. Because they go off, they're gonna get that rod of iron, like the scripture said. We're gonna rule them with it. All right. So from there, I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. Back in Jeremiah, the 51st verse. And I'm gonna start at verse 7. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Right, he made the whole earth drunken with his philosophies, man. You got these other nations dressing like them. You got the Indians. You got the so-called the real Africans, not you or blacks, but the Africans. You even got our people. You know what I'm saying? Dwelling with homosexuality. You got them wearing them suits and tie. And for you to be having a suit and tie and no beard in your face, that's the way of the world, man. You look professional if you dress like that. And that's not our customs. That's not even their customs. You go to Japan for a business meeting, they over there with a suit and tie. You go to China, they over there in a suit and tie, man. Everything America does, all these other countries want to do. They look at this place, America, as the land of opportunity, land of milk and honey. It's great to be American. Everybody in the world hates America, but everybody thinks it's so great to be America. They think this is the land of the free. Free for who? Free for Edom. Free for the so-called white man. But it ain't free for you so-called Black, Latino, Americans, man. Y'all sit there and say, yo, I'd rather be here than any place else in the world. That's foolishness, especially if you never even traveled outside the world. You can't even come out your mouth and say something like that if you've never even been outside this country. I've literally been outside this place, man. And it's better to live overseas than over here. All right, keep reading. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right, because you know these other nations see what happens when you deal with Esau, man. Because Esau's a vagabond. What he does is he tries to become your friend, and he ends up taking all your resources, everything you're worth. He tries to suck you dry, man. Next thing you know, he's got garrisons in your country. Then you got his soldiers over there tearing your countries up. I lived that life, man. I lived in Italy for 4 years of my life, and we was over there tearing. Well, not me personally, but them Edomites was over there tearing Italy up. I was over there enjoying Italy. But they was out there tearing Italy up, man. It was to the point where they used to protest outside my unit, the unit I was stationed at. Americans go home, man, because they was sick of us being there. But America, you know, but America's such a bully. They like, nah, we're not going nowhere. Make us go somewhere. And that's how you know America rules the earth, because America is the only nation that has garrisons and camps and forts in other countries. There's no other country that has a base or a garrison here in America. That's how you know who runs the world, man. So for you blind people who don't want to admit that, you know, America is ruling the world, these so-called white people ruling the world, America's the only one. And even Russia got places over in probably in places they're allies with. But as far as America and Israel is the top dogs right now, because they have their garrison and bases all over the planet, man. All right, this is verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heavens, and is lifted up even into the skies. Right, because these other nations that dwell with America, that dwell here in America, they're seeing America's downfall, man. They've seen the stock market crash. They've seen the dollar. They've seen the dollar's not worth anything anymore. So they're about to flee back to their countries, like the scripture says, man. These other countries are realizing that this ain't the place of the land of milk and honey no more. These other nationalities, man, they barely getting jobs like the so-called Black Latino Native Americans, man. They on welfare just like the so-called Black Latino Native Americans. So is Edomites out here, man. The so-called white people. Matter of fact, they're the biggest ones using the welfare system. But the media won't tell you that. But if you look it up, Esau is the #1 welfare recipient, man. All right, and you know when that's going to happen? What else is going to happen when that chip gets implemented? The RFID microchip gets implemented. These other nations really going to flee to the other land, man. And even when you get there, they're going to still make you take the chip, because it says it's going to make the whole world, every man, every woman, young and old, receive the mark of the beast, man, to buy and sell. Because you know what? These Edomites are trying to come up with a one world currency, and that one world currency is going to be through that microchip, man. That is the mark of the beast that the Bible talks about. And if you receive that chip, if you're a so-called Black, Latino, Native American Israelite, you're going to receive damnation with with Esau and these other nations, man. All right. I'm going to go from there to Revelations 14 and 8. And it reads, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she had made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. Right, the wrath of her fornication. You know why? Because when Esau came into power, he came out with a wrath for the so-called Black Latino Native Americans, man. He did not stop until he's a bloodthirsty vagabond. All he wants is death and destruction, man. What does the scripture say? A thief come not to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's what he did. As soon as he came out from Caucasus Mountain, that's all he's been doing, man. You know why? Because the Lord blessed him with the sword. Our forefathers, Isaac, blessed him with the sword because he was so upset that Jacob, our forefather, stole his blessing, which it was not stolen. You know what I'm saying? He sold his birthright for a piece of meat, man, that wasn't even cooked all the way. A morsel of meat. So he didn't really get his birthright stolen. He sold it. But Esau, you know, he's such a fucking piece of shit that, you know, if Jacob didn't do what he had did, he'd have went back on his trade, man. He'd have went back on him like, nah, I ain't mean that. I know, no deal. I'm not sticking with that deal. Cause you already see what happened when they were here first, when they were Abel and Cain. He killed Cain because he was jealous of him. And what happened after Jacob got that blessing? Esau wanted to kill Jacob, man. And in the reincarnation now, he's still out here trying to kill us, man. But the Lord said, one nation shall be greater than the other. He said Jacob is going to be stronger than Esau. And that's what we're waiting for, our power back. And we lost our power because we went off from the Father, man. If we didn't go off from the Father, we wouldn't even be in this position. But everything happens for a reason. This is the Lord's plan, man. This is the Lord's movie. All right? Let me get the book of Luke 16. And start at the 19th verse. It reads, "There was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day." And this is a parable that Yahushua is speaking. It's about a rich man and Lazarus. So the rich man in this parable is Esau, who was clothed in purple and fine linen, meaning that, you know, he had all the riches, man, and he fared sumptuously every day. Cause look at Esau, man. They out here living on top, especially the elites. They living on top of the world right now. The elites are over. I think it's $1 trillion. You know what I'm saying? They have over $1 trillion on them. They have enough money to feed the world right now. Nobody will be able to live in poverty, but they don't care. All right. And it says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus. Lazarus represents the nation of Israel, who was laid at the gates full of swords. And that's us here in America, man. Us Israelites lay at Esau's gate, because this is Esau's kingdom right now. We lay at his gate, trying to, you know, get by any means possible, man. All right. And it says full of swords. How are we full of swords? Because we're dying in these streets. We got the highest STD rates, the highest abortion rates, highest poverty rates. All right. And desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Right, working in these bullshit ass jobs, working for pennies, man, getting taxed. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to make it here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep our lights on, trying to put food on our tables. We barely making it here in America, man. All right, and it said desire to be fed, because that's what we know. That's what majority of our people do, man. We desire to make it here in America. But you know, the elect, man, we not trying to make it here in America. We trying to make it on the chariots. That's where our mindset is at, man. We're not trying to survive here in America, because we know that this place was not made for our benefit. This is made for us to remember our punishment, man. To be punished, and that's what we in now. We in punishment. All right. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his swords, right? And the dogs represent these other nations, man, these other heathen nations. And it said they licked his swords. Why? Because, you know, in America, these other nations come over here and they do what? They get rich off so-called Black Latino Americans, man. How? They open up stores in your neighborhood, man. They open up. Matter of fact, China got a whole town in the middle of the hood, man. You think these Chinese stores, these Arab stores, think they giving back to the hood? No, you can't find one park that, you know, the Indians then donated such money to build up a park in the hood of anywhere. You'll never hear that, man. You got these Hamites that come over here and sell all these fake Gucci and all different other designer clothes, and you never hear them saying like, oh, we're gonna donate some of this money that we made off you black. You blacks, Latino Americans, and build a library or a school in your hood. You don't hear that, man. So that's why the scripture says the dogs, which is of these other nations, these heathens, came and licked his swords. All right, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, and the rich man died. I'll stop there. All right. From there, I'm gonna go back to Revelations. But that was the point, man. That these other nations, alongside Esau, they're the ones that's on top right now. In Israel, we're at the bottom, man, just trying to get daily bread here in America, man. But that's the mindset of the elect, the 1/3, 144,000. That's our mindset, the hopeful elect, put it that way. That we just trying to get our daily bread here. And the only person that's gonna give us our daily bread is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We ain't gonna depend on ourselves to get it, man. All right, go back to Revelations. This is verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come up out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." All right, the scripture saying, "Come up out of her," you know, and be not partakers of her sins. And how are you gonna be partakers of her sins if you don't turn back to the Lord, man? Because right now the Lord has his men out there on the highways and byways telling our nation, you so-called Black Latino Americans, to come out of her mentally, man. Come up out of her, because you know we ain't gonna get out of here physically until we get on them chariots, Lord willing, man. But come up out of her mentally, realize that you so-called black and Americans, y'all are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. That you're the Lord's chosen people. That you're a peculiar people, man, unto the Lord. You are the apple of His eye. All right. You have to know that first and foremost, and after that, you have to know that you have to keep the law, statutes, commandments. Because you know these churches tell you that you don't have to keep the laws anymore. But that's a lie, man. The only law that you don't have to keep is the sacrificial law. Other than that, because you know Yahweh Shai was the ultimate sacrifice, so we don't have to keep the sacrificial law no more. But we do have to keep all the other laws, man. There's 613 laws, man, and we have to keep them. All right. So that's what it means by come up out of her, man. Because we can't be living like how we living no more and expect salvation. All right. Salvation only for the elect, first and foremost, because the whole house of Israel, you're not going to come up out of her. You're going to be partakers of her sins. And you're going to receive all her plagues. Everything that's going to happen here in America, you 2/3 are going to receive too. Because you know what? When the Lord stretched forth His hand, telling you to repent and come up out of her, you chose not to. You kept your trust in Esau. And Esau's fornications, man. You drinking the wine of his fornication too. Because you want to be just like these Edomites, man. All right. From there, I'm going to go to Isaiah 52 and 11. And it reads, 10. The Lord have made bare His holy arm in the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our power. Right? Because you know the Lord right now is calling through His prophets on the highways and byways. So for His people, the nation of Israel, only the elect of the nation of Israel, to return unto Him, and only the elect is going to hear His voice. And it says that, and all the ends of the earth is going to see the salvation of our power. Right? Because you know when Yahweh Shai come back with them chariots for his people, the whole earth is going to look and be in astonishment. Then like, damn, those are the people, those are the Lord's chosen people. And they're going to see that the elect is going to get beamed up in them shits. And also what's going to come while the elect is getting beamed up is going to be the missiles, man. All right? Verse 11. Depart ye, go ye out from thence. Touch no unclean thing. Go ye out of the midst of her. Be ye clean and bear the vessels of the Lord. Right? The unclean thing ultimately is the RFID chip, man. Because if you receive the RFID chip willingly, you're damned, man. You're gonna get destroyed here in America, man. And that goes on the four corners of the earth, man. Because it says it's going to make all receive it. So if you receive that chip anywhere, if you're a so-called black, Latino, Native American man, and you receive that chip, you're a part of the 2/3, man. There's no salvation for you. You're gonna be destroyed here, along with Esau and the rest of these nations, man. All right. And you know what? If you're not here in America, you're gonna get destroyed in other places, because you know you got prophets on the four corners of the earth waking our people up, man. So if you receive that mark of the beast anywhere else on the four corners, you're gonna die from pestilence, from the sword, from famine. Like the movie says, 1,000 ways to die, man. In the west and the four corners, yo. The Lord can kill you any type of way if you receive that mark, man. All right. So from there, I'm gonna go to 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. And I'm gonna read the 17th verse. With 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 17, wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. All right. Yeah, I'll read it again. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Right. The Lord is saying, come up out of her, and don't touch the unclean thing. And what's the unclean thing? These are the philosophies here, man. Still calling yourself black, Latino, Native American. The philosophies of America is unclean. Being a homosexual is unclean, man. Because the Lord's not coming back for no homosexual or no effeminate, man. You out here, we do it. What, Halloween is tomorrow, I think. You have fools out here running around dressed up in costumes and shit. Grown ass men and women dressed up as costumes, not knowing that we're headed we're in the middle of World War III, man. Dressed up like fucking cartoon characters, and you don't even know that Obama might get elected in a third term. Or matter of fact, either one of these candidates that they show in the mainstream media is about to be elected, and these people don't got no good agenda for your so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans, man. So the Lord is telling you, if you're still Black, Latino, Native American, and you're voting in 2016, you are a fool, man. You are a fool. Y'all still got this mindset of hope in y'all mind. There is no hope here for you if you don't follow the Lord's statute commandments, man. If you don't turn back to the Lord, there is no hope here for you. You thinking one of these candidates is really going to one day be like, you know what? We didn't treated these people wrong long enough. Let's do right by them. It's not going to happen here, man. This place was not built for you to make it here, man. These people, when they wrote that Declaration of Independence and these Bill of Rights and the Constitution, was not thinking about you so-called Black, Latino Americans, man. And still to this day, they not, man. You see what the Clinton administration did with the jail system. So you think a new Clinton's gonna get in here and she really cares about you? Why? Because Hillary moved down to Harlem, New York. You think she's down for the people? No, they're not down for people. You see what they did to Harlem and Brooklyn, New York, man. They done moved all you. First they did was hack up the rent prices in Harlem, New York, inflation and everything down there in Harlem, New York, and y'all ended up doing what? Having to move out. And so now you go down to Harlem and parts of Brooklyn, New York, it's nothing but Edomites living down there, walking them down the streets, living good. My grandmother lives in Spanish Harlem, man. I went down there, I want to say a couple months ago. There was a whole bunch of white people just walking up and down the streets in Spanish Harlem. And I'm like, wow, yo, this used to be the hood, man. But you blacks, y'all Black Latino Americans, man, y'all still got this hope thing. Y'all let Obama push that hope Kool-Aid for y'all, and y'all just ran with it, man. But if Obama get put in his third term, that means we're in the middle of World War III. And that's when all hell gonna break loose. So Lord willing, he does get elected for his third term. Alright, from there I'm gonna go back to Revelation. I'm gonna try to cut some of these scriptures down. This is verse 5 of Revelation 18:5. For her sins have reached into heaven, and Yahweh have redeemed her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she has filled unto her double. Right. So it says that for her sins have reached unto the heavens. Why? Because during the time of the prophets, man, when they had the visions of this place, they looked at this place and they couldn't even stand it, man. They couldn't believe how bad shit got. But now we're living in the time that the prophets had visions about. And we're living in a time like homosexuality is at an all-time high, man. It said that this time is going to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And you see what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Them niggas was trying to kick down Lot's door to rape the angels. And he said we're living in the worst time. Now, mind you, Sodom and Gomorrah was 2 of 5 cities. We're living in the whole land full with homosexuality, full with all types of unclean sexual acts, man. You got people out here sleeping with animals. You got Canada where they make it legal for you to sleep with an animal, man. They about to pass laws saying that you could be a pedophile. You got cross-dressers walking up and down the street having more rights than you so-called Black Latino Native Americans, man. Being a man is like an endangered thing right now, man. Being a straight man, for you to say straight pride is damn near against the law, man. It's gonna be to the point where to find somebody straight, if the Lord kept it going, which he's not, because he said he's gonna shorten the day for the elect's sake. But if it kept going, man, being straight is gonna be the new gay. Like they gonna look at you like, yo, you straight? Or why are you straight? Yo, that's disgusting. You straight? That's how bad it can get out here if the Lord let this place keep going. But the Lord not gonna have it, because for His elect's sake, man, His righteous men and women that's consistent of 1/3, you gotta get us out of here, man. Because Esau is running rapid, because he know his time is short. So he's gonna bring hardcore death and misery to you so-called Black Latino Americans, man, because he knows his time is almost up here. All right, so from there I'm gonna jump to Zechariah 2nd chapter. going to start at verse 7. And it reads, Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. Right. And that's why the Lord, that's first and foremost why the Lord is going to destroy this place from off the face of the earth, man. Because you know why? These people out here touch the apple of the Lord's eye, which are the so-called black Latino Americans, who are the biblical Israelites, man. And that's why the Lord is so mad with Esau, first and foremost. He said he has a indignation. That's a righteous anger with the so-called white man, man. He has an indignation forever, and that's why after 1,000 years of slavery, the Lord's going to wipe them off the face of the earth forever, man. They're going to come to a point where there's not going to be no more white people, so-called white people walking the earth, because they're really red, all right? And from there, I'm going to go to Jeremiah, the 9th chapter. Oh, sorry, Salakia, Ezra, 9th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 6. And it reads, and says, O my power, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my power. For my iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespasses is grown up to the heavens. Right, and that's our people, man. The sins that we commit here in America, because our people don't even think upon the sins that they commit here, man. Because they are pumped with that. Some of our people are pumped with that Jesus Kool-Aid, where you can sin and can continue to sin and think you don't live in sin, man. That we don't have to follow the law, statute, commandment, because sin is a transgression of the law. So our people out here just living in sin, doing all types of bullshit, adultery, homosexuality, killing each other, stealing from each other, you know, they breaking all the laws out here, man. Eating abominable foods, celebrating these pagan holidays. The sins has reached up to the Father, man, and that's why he said in Revelation 18, he's going to destroy this place because the sins, the iniquities of the place has reached up to him. And he says you're going to reward America because, you know, America is the place where, when I say America, I'm talking about the so-called white man. The place where you're allowed to do anything out here, man. You can allow to commit any sins under the liberty of Esau, man. Look, they put the guns in our neighborhood, right? We're not supposed to be out here killing each other, but they pump the guns in our neighborhood. And then we out here killing each other for a piece of land or for drugs or for whatever reason. And then they lock us up for killing each other. So now they winning. Because they got rid of one Israelite and they got the other one in jail forever for all their life. So they winning either way. Because their thing is to exterminate so-called black Latino American men, man. They already broke up the so-called black Latino American man's household. So now they're getting free labor by putting you in their jail system. They ain't making money off of you while you're in their jail system. You killed one and now you're getting money off the other one. Esau's a real devil, man. Verse 6 again. Reward her even as she rewarded you, right? The scripture says reward her even as she rewarded you. So how they put us in captivity, we're going to put them in captivity, man. How they beat us, we're going to beat them. How we put unrighteous decrees on them, taking all our money, we're going to take all their money, man. Esau ain't going to have nothing in the kingdom, man. Had they out here had us no clothes and naked, we're going to have them like that. We're going to have them in chains, man. They're going to wake up wishing it was nighttime, and when they got nighttime, they're going to wish it was daytime. All the curses that was put on us in Deuteronomy the 28th, 15 on down, they're going to receive, man. They're not going to enjoy their children. Edomites going to give birth in the kingdom, and their kids is going directly to them fields, man. Their daughters going to be bedwinters, man. The Lord said, give unto them double. That's how they cast our babies against the wall and hang our pregnant women upside down and cut the baby out. We're going to do that to them, man. And that's just. Because they did unto us, the Lord said, do unto them double, man. And then after all that is done, after 1,000 years, we're going to round them up. And burn them. And they're going to be off the face of the earth forever. And that's the patience of the saints, man. I'll get that later. Matter of fact, I'll get it now, since we already talked about it. This is Revelation chapter 13 and 9. If any man have the ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right, it says shall go into captivity. So there ain't no might, maybe, or it could be. They shall go into captivity. So all these other nations, they had the Israelites in captivity. They are going to go into captivity. All right. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right. It said they must be killed with the sword. They killed us with the sword because the Lord through Isaac blessed Esau with the sword, and ever since that's all he's been doing is killing, man. That's all. He has so much blood in his hand that he's got to get destroyed off the face of the earth. And it says that he must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints are you so-called Black, Latino, Native American Israelites, man. Those are the true saints, man. No other nation could fit in there. There's no salvation in any other nation. All right. I'm going to go to Psalms 137. Verse 10. Sorry, verse 8. Sorry, I'm starting 7. This is 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it. That means destroy it, even to the foundation. The foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, so-called Edom, so-called white people, you Edomites, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded, as thou hast served us. It said that we're gonna be happy to reward them how to reward us. We ain't gonna be sad for their little Edomite babies, man. We're gonna punt them niggas across the damn field, man. We're gonna be happy to do it. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone. So we're gonna be happy in that day when the Lord gives us that leeway to pick up a baby and bash that baby's head into the stone, man. That's what the true men of the Lord are waiting for, man. That green light to release all hell on these so-called white people, man, and you other nations, man. It said that we're gonna be happy, we're gonna be rejoicing, we're gonna be screaming the water Yahweh while we doing it, man. We're gonna be soaked in the other nation's blood, and we're gonna be happy to do it because you know what? Y'all were happy when y'all did it to us. It says right here, Esau they were cheering. When they seen us going down, they were cheering. Destroy it. And that's how we gonna be, when we those men, we gonna be in them chariots, and we gonna be cheering watching this place go down. We gonna be screaming, destroy it. From the foundation of it. Then we gonna get off these chariots and we gonna release all hell on the rest of you goddamn crackers, man. And you other nations. That first crack of the whip, oh my goodness. We can't wait for that to happen. Alright. This is Revelations 14 and 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels. Right, the presence of the holy angels, because the holy angels are going to come down here and get busy too, man. The Lord's going to rain fire and brimstone in this place, America, man. Babylon the Great, all right? In the presence of his holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. That means Yahweh Shai. The Lamb is Yahweh Shai. He going to come down here and get busy too. Because you know why? He's still mad about the ass whooping he took when he was on the scene, man. You had these Edomites, these dogs, man, the bases of men, spitting in his face, ripping his beard out, beating him. He took the worst whooping ever, man. He got pierced in the side, all by the bases of men, man. The same people that he created, he got beat by. The Lord can't wait. The Lord is sitting on the right hand of the Father. Yahweh Shai is sitting on the right hand of Yahweh, waiting to get busy too. And you know, when he comes back pissed, man. He's coming back pissed. He's gonna beam up his elect. He's gonna come out them chariots and he's gonna rain all hell on this place, man. And we're gonna be cheering him on too. We want him to get his recompense, man. Cause we know what these people did to him. Fuck us. We know what they did to him, man. He didn't deserve it. We went off from the Lord, so we deserve the punishment that we in now. But Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, he didn't deserve that, man. He came back to save Israel, man. And you have our people out there rejecting him, man. Fuck y'all, man. 2/3 of our people, fuck y'all. And that's why y'all gonna die along with these other nations, man. And it's gonna be a horrible death, too. This is Revelation 16:6. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. Right. They out here shedding the blood of the saints and the prophets, man. Because you know what? There's going to come a time when they're going to roll on these the prophets that's on the highways and byways, man. They're going to roll on them. The Lord said some of us will be put to death. We're going to be martyrs for this thing. And the real men that are out here sighing and crying, we're willing to die for this, man. Because you know what? We're going to be risen with Yahweh Shai when he comes back. But we have to, if that's our lot in this thing, we're going to be risen. And that's a beautiful thing, man. The scripture says no greater love is a man to die for his brothers, man. And Yahweh Shai is our brother. So we out here teaching his word, and we get put to death for it. That's showing that we really, really love the Lord. We love this truth. We love this thing of ours. So the real men that's out here sighing and crying, that call themselves prophets, when we die out here, become martyrs, that shows that we really love this thing. We really love the Lord, man. And dying is easy, man. That's the easy way out, man. To actually have to live through this hell will be the hard thing. Alright? I'm going to go back to Revelation 18. Verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Right? That's how these so-called white people think, man. They think they can never be touched. They think they can never be put down. After, you know, all the other nations on the earth, all the kingdoms of the earth had their rise and had their fall. America, so, Babylon the Great, you Edomites, y'all sit up here. Even though y'all other two kingdoms went down, right now y'all think that y'all are untouchable, man. Y'all think y'all are immortals. Y'all don't think y'all precious America can be torn down. But the Lord's going to destroy this place in 1 hour, man. That's how easy this place is going to get destroyed. It's light work for the Lord. I'm going to get Ezekiel, the 28th chapter. Start at the top. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, thy heart is lifted up. Right. The heart lifted up means they are prideful, man. America, when we out here prophesying in these highways and byways, you know, we out here screaming America gonna get destroyed by thermonuclear fire. If you look on the face of these Edomites, man, they chuckle, they laugh, because they don't think this place is ever gonna be destroyed. But we're happy they think that way, because you know, when that time comes, when the Lord destroys this place, they're gonna be in so much pain and sorrow and so afraid. That's the look the righteous men are waiting for to see on these Edomites, man. We don't want them tiptoeing like, oh, I know this place is about to get destroyed. No, we want you to think this place is gonna last forever, man. We want you to think that you're gonna be here for your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and you're gonna leave an inheritance for them. We want you to think that way, man. And you know what? Also, 2/3 of our people, we want you to think that way too, man. Because you know what? You deserve everything that you're gonna get too. Because if you still want to live here in America knowing what the hell goes on, you're a fool. So we want you to think America's going to get destroyed too. Keep saying, oh yeah, that's not going to happen in our lifetime. Because that's what a lot of Jake want to think, man. Oh yeah, America's going to go down, but not in our lifetime. We got like another 50, 60 years here. Why the hell would you want to be here for another 50, 60 years, man? Why would you want to raise children here another damn day? You are nuts, man. Thus says the Lord Yahweh, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not a God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver unto thy treasures. Right. These Edomites got all the gold and all the silver, man. They got all the riches of this earth. So you know what? They sit there and they lifted themselves up with pride, and they think they untouchable, man. They think they on top. These elites, they think they untouchable, man. That's why you don't see them in the mainstream, man. We know their names, but you don't see them every day like regular celebrities, man. They sit like God. They think in their mind they sitting like a god, man. Because you know what? They control the powers of this world. Whatever they want and to be done here, they get it done. They want somebody whacked, they done. You know what I'm saying? Everything that goes on this earth, they have total control over it. That's because the Lord set them up to be that way. And that's what they forgot. They think they did it themselves by their wisdom and everything. And that's why the scripture says, oh, thou art wiser than Daniel. Because that's how they think, man. They think that, oh, they're the smartest people on this earth. That they did this thing and they did it themselves. They came out the caves and they put themselves on top. And the Lord let them think that way. Because you know what? It says, verbatim, it says, with pride comes sudden destruction, man. And that's what's going to happen here in America. All right? By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Right? Because everything you have now, that's why you're so prideful, man. You know, you got all you covered the face of the earth with your garrisons and your bases and your military. You're supposed to be the strongest on the earth. You think that you're the best thing since the real McCoy. All right. Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. That's the scripture says Gog and Magog, because you know Russia's gonna come over here and drop these nuclear bombs on them. Russia just came out with another Satan 2. It's called Satan 2. They're gonna destroy this. And they said Satan 2 can wipe out the whole state of Texas. One bomb can wipe out the whole state of Texas, and I think Texas is the biggest. Matter of fact, Texas is the biggest state here in America. So one of that Satan 2 can wipe out the whole state of Texas, man. All right. Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they will draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God? Right. You think these people gonna think the Russians gonna care when they come over here? Like, oh no, this is America. We're the greatest nation. Don't think Russia right now think y'all the greatest nation? No, Russia, all you doing is building up their arsenal, man. That's all Russia doing. While y'all out here worrying about who's gonna win the World Series, who's gonna win the Super Bowl, Russia's over there preparing for war, man. They're already telling their people get ready for war. They told their citizens to come back from over in America. They told the people at the different embassies to come back to Russia. They telling them they're training them how to get into military, not military, to get into the bunkers. You know what I'm saying? They're training their country for World War III. Our people don't have any idea what's going on, man. They have no idea what's going on, man. Our people don't even know that they're doing martial art exercises in the States right now, man. Because our people live out here in folly. Wilt thou say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man, and no God, in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Right? Because when these other nations come over here, Russia, China, when they come over here, they're gonna put foot to ass, man. You already see how America is letting homosexuals in the army. You got women on the front line. Man, these Russian troops don't have no type of fear, man. The Russian elite soldiers, they have no fear, man. These soldiers over here in America, these American soldiers, man, they all pussies, man. I know firsthand. These people ain't not really. These people in the military are not willing to die for this country, man. People out here die in the military, but they not going to the military saying, yeah, I'm gonna die for this. No, they don't have the heart for that, man. Because America, they raise their children to be soft. So there is no real men in the military, man. And that's why you Jake who go to the military, y'all are idiots, man. You shouldn't be in the so-called white man's military. Verse 10, thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord. Alright, from there, I'm going to go back to Revelations, the 8th chapter. This is Revelation 18:8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For the Lord Yahweh who judges her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right. So all these other nations are going to look at America, the great city, and like, damn, America is burning. It's getting destroyed. They're going to be in astonishment. They're going to bewail it. The scripture said they're going to bewail it. They're going to cry because they see America, almighty, all beautiful America, going down, man. And they're going to know in their hearts that there's nothing they can do to save her, man. I'm going to get that. This is Isaiah 47:15. And it reads, I'll start at 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble, and fire shall burn them, and it shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Right. They said they're gonna wander everyone to his quarter. I mean, they're gonna leave America. They're gonna go back to their respective lands, and they're gonna watch America get burnt up, man. And know what they're gonna do while they over there? They ain't gonna be like, yo, we gotta do something to save America. Nah, they ain't gonna save America. They're gonna cry and they're gonna see it going down. The way it's going down, because they see it as the Lord taking it down through his son Yahweh Shai and his holy angels, and they're gonna bewail. They're gonna be so scared in that day, like, damn, America's going down. They're gonna be on their own lands watching America go down. They're not gonna send their troops and their armies over there to try to save America. No, because everybody at the end of the day is getting sick of America, man. They're getting sick of America's philosophy. They're getting sick of America's bullshit. So they're gonna sit back in their respective quarters, like they say, respective lands, and watch America get burnt off the face of the earth. Like it says, matter of fact, let me get that. Now I'll end it with that. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon a sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. That sinful kingdom is America, man. Babylon the Great, that great city, baby Rome. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. Alright? I'll end it with that. I'll end that scripture with that, right? It says you're going to destroy from off the face of the earth. So that goes hand in hand with Revelation 18 and 9. He said he's going to destroy America off the face of the earth, and these other nations are going to watch this place get destroyed from off the face of the earth. Because like I brought out in the scripture before, that this place is never going to be inhabited again, man. This place you're going to fly over, and this is going to be a lake of fire. This is the lake of fire that the Bible speaks of, man. It's not no spiritual place where it's under the ground and you be burning there and it's big-ass lake forever and ever. America is going to be thrown into that lake of fire because the thermonuclear missiles, along with the fire out of them chariots that the Lord's going to send, is going to burn this place off the face of the earth, man. This place is going to be one big melting pot, literally. It's going to sit here and burn forever and ever. All right. So with that being said, I just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, and salutation to the hopeful elect out there striving to the end, man. Shalom.